did a great job. Look, we should be working with law enforcement right now to make sure that we protect people against people who are not capable of knowing what to do with a gun because they're either mentally imbalanced and or because they have a criminal record. And anyway.
We got one more question.
Hope he doesn't come looking for me.
Before we do.
Now, Jered.
Guns.
Now, Jered, I gotta tell you, man, that there are so many things wrong with Senator Biden said that to you. I mean, absolutely. I'm gonna start out by reintroducing you because we're gonna run this on YouTube, and I want to just make sure that everybody knows that this is Jered Townsend, and he's on My Wicked Garden, and we're talking about the YouTube debates and some of the problems that he's had with Senator Biden. Now, Jered, we just got done listening to the little bit that you did.
Right.
And myself, maybe I've always said I'm not a person that's afraid of guns, so maybe I'm just missing something. But the first question that I have for you is, do you think you were set up?
I don't know. I think, that was my first YouTube video, so I kind of just threw it on there just to see if I could put a video online, see if it would work.
Not bad for your first one, man.
And just happened to enter the contest to get in the Democratic debates and happened to get picked. So it's just kind of a coincidence all the way around. But, that being said, the video wasn't very good. It was a little grainy, a little dark. I don't know what I'm doing. So just I just tried to make it work. And
supposedly that's what they wanted, was the average man.
Here I am in a tank top or whatever in the middle of summer. And
I seen some people gave you some crap about that.
Oh, absolutely.
What the hell?
They want the American public, but they want the American public in a suit, or you know what I mean?
Why do I suddenly feel like I should take my suit off?
No, not like that. We're just average citizens sitting at home asking questions. That's what they wanted. That's what
I would think.
To do. So, that was one of the main things about it. That's why I didn't even think think twice about the dress or whatever. But
do you think they looked at the AR-15, which by the way is a fantastic gun?
Thank
you. He let me check it out before the show, and what a nice gun.
It's big and it's scary and it's black.
To people that don't know anything about guns.
Exactly, and that's what people don't know. That's what people don't realize. It's just a gun. It's all about the person that handles it and uses it.
Yeah, and on that point, let me take a quick second here. And I want to show you all my baby. This is a Remington 870. And this is the most familiar noise that anyone could ever hear in a dark alley. And I'm telling you, this is the most common gun in America, the 870. It is also a prime choice of law enforcement. When you see a cop car and you see it in the back window and the little holder, it's an 870 Remington. And, it's not as scary as Jered's gun. And it's some of you people that saw the gun earlier. And Jered, can you hold that up just one more time really quick, and just so people can get a good look at it? Okay, now that's the Bushmaster AR-15.
Correct, yep.
Very nice gun, and also very expensive.
Yes, it is.
But those are rare. This is actually the very first time that I've ever had a chance to see one. I've seen them in gun magazines, but it's the very first time I've actually get to see one. But you can see that the Democrats didn't pick him because this is not nearly as scary. This looks like a hunting gun. That doesn't. Now, I just want to point out something really quick. Now, you didn't bring any bullets with you.
No, I didn't think about
No, that's okay. But the actual bullet that comes out of that's about this big, and it's very, very thin. And I would say it's
probably the size of a Tic Tac.
What's the caliber?
223.
223. So it's barely bigger than a 22 for you, and I mean barely, microscopically, barely bigger than a 22. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I believe most of these are 460 caliber, or is it 560? I don't know.
You're throwing one at me there.
I don't know. Yeah, and you're the gun enthusiast over here.
Well, it's cool.
I thought you were supposed to be obsessed with guns.
Point of reference: a 45 caliber. If you do the metric calculation, it's 11.25. So that's significantly bigger than a 45.
Absolutely, absolutely. And if you guys can see, this has a huge chunk of lead. And I'm going to tell you, at close range, this thing will bust you up. If I had to use for home protection, and I do, I use a 12 gauge with triple-aught buck, which means I have 9.32 caliber bullets that come out of it all at the same time, and don't hide behind the drywall. There's going to be absolutely nowhere to hide. Now, the point is that I don't find, and maybe it's because we're better educated on guns, but I don't find that to be more offensive than that one. I mean, more scary, more whatever word you want to use.
It's just this is a military type gun. People look at it and they freak out because it's got all these, it just looks mean. I don't.
It's all cosmetics, though, really.
Until you really break it down and understand it, this gun is not very powerful.
No, it's flat shooting and fast.
Right. It probably wouldn't knock a deer down.
No. No,
Whereas-
and you'd probably survive a shot
right.
with it,
Oh, yeah,
actually.
you would for sure.
You know,
But then again, that 12 gauge, that's going to put a deer down.
and
In a
at
heartbeat.
close range, I would venture to say I would rather be shot with that
Right.
than shot with that,
Right.
because that's going to have a lot of energy transfer. It's going to knock me on my ass. It's going to put a very large hole in me. Now, let me ask you a couple questions here, because I want to be sure that everybody understands this, Jered. You can go ahead and set that down if you want. Very nice gun, though. I just love that gun. I'm hoping Jered's going to take me to the range one day.
Let's go.
There you go. And now, have you ever been convicted of a felony?
Absolutely not.
Have you ever been diagnosed as having a mental illness?
Absolutely not.
Are you on any medication?
No.
Now, for mental illness, I don't want you to tell me about your
None at
cholesterol
all.
medicine. Now, so, I'm baffled as to why exactly Senator Biden, did this. I mean, is it just for effect, you think?
I think CNN picked me for, like I said earlier, for the video, and it was just the right type of video to throw at the Democrats.
So they could admonish all the gun
Exactly.
owners.
Democrats are more non-gun people than, say, Republicans or other parties, but that's why they did it. I mean,
That gave them a
that's really
chance to
why
all grandstand. Now, were you disappointed that it wasn't the two top runners, which would have been Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton, even at the time?
I would have loved to hear what everybody had to say.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is I heard what no one has to say because nobody answered my question. So that's another issue. But
No, you're absolutely right, because that is the stock and trade of politicians. Is
Mm-hmm.
you ask me a question and then I walk around the answer, or I direct you to something that I want to talk about,
and they move on.
and then they move on, and no one ever seems to hold it to them, except for very few.
Right. What's funny is I was just as you played the clip there, I was listening to Bill Richardson talk about background checks, and it's
Mm-hmm.
funny he said that because I actually had to have a background check and fill out ATF form 4473. If anybody knows what that is, that's a
Absolutely.
federal background
Isn't
check
it
form.
called the pink form or the yellow form?
It's yellow form.
Yellow form.
Has 12 questions about mental illness and stuff, and they run your background into the, I believe it's the NICS system.
I think
Yes.
a lot of people that have never purchased a gun. I mean, even if a lot of you liberals, if you get a chance, go try to purchase one. You don't even have to buy one. Just go through the procedure and find out what it's really like. It's not what they're telling you.
No.
It's they track everything. As a matter of fact, I was kind of shocked to find out when I bought a shotgun recently, i.e. that one, that I had to fill out a form too.
Yep.
And,
every gun, pistol or long gun. Now, in the state of Michigan, you have to fill out the 4473 for federal reasons. Mm-hmm. And then Michigan differentiates the pistols. You have to have a purchase permit or a CCW permit, whereas you don't with a long gun.
Man,
So-
and I mean, you had to have been shocked when you heard Biden. Were you sitting there with your family
I
and
was
your
just
friends
shocked
and everything?
To see myself on CNN more or less than anything, and I just was like, well, whatever. There I am.
I could well imagine. And as you're going to be equally shocked to see yourself on YouTube with the hippie conservative,
Right,
I can imagine. I'm just kidding, of course, folks. But I imagine that you were sitting around with your friends and stuff.
Yeah, I was. Yep.
Did they notify you at all?
I got that was Monday night. Sunday night, I got an email at about 10 o'clock where I had already shut my computer down about 9:30. So I got that Monday when I got home from work, asking me about my gun, caliber, model, how long I've had it, when I bought it, barrel length, everything you could imagine about what that gun is. Well, I hurried up and emailed them back, responded, and then I thought, this can't be an automatic response if they're asking me all that. Maybe I'm getting on, the debates.
Yeah.
So then I thought about it. Thought, well, maybe I missed it because I'm too late. They sent this on Sunday and I'm mailing it back, Monday, and maybe I'm too late now. I won't get on. So I just watched the debates and I was like 38th out of 39th.
And this is almost a rhetorical question. Were you deeply offended when?
Absolutely not. I just laughed.
Really?
I thought, you know what? He's making a fool of himself.
Because I would have been a little upset.
Nope. Anybody that knows me knows different.
You strike me, and I watched all your videos
Mm-hmm.
and then prep for the show because I wanted to be up on you, and you strike me as a very calm guy.
I am. I'm just easygoing.
I mean, I can't even imagine you
Play by the
getting that
rules.
mad.
I don't get mad. I don't stress out about things. I just, I'm easy. I'm just an easygoing person.
No, honestly, this is the best guy that you would want to have a gun. I mean, he's totally calm and he takes very good care of his gun. I can tell. I want to point out something. A lot of people got upset about you calling it a baby.
Right.
Now, to me, that makes no sense because, when you say that you're taking care of your baby or that gun's your baby, you're saying that I don't want to leave it alone.
Correct.
I don't want to leave it with children. I want to make sure that it's taken good care of. That to me, I see a comparison between the responsibility that you have with a gun and the responsibility that you have with a baby.
Right.
So maybe I'm missing something. All the guys out there that call your cars your baby, all the people that call
Exactly.
boats their baby, their house their baby, everything else, why is this so offensive? I mean,
You're asking the wrong person. I guess we needed Joe Biden sitting here to find out.
okay.